Stop doing it, Kabaneri. Stop making me love you more and more every week. Now, this is the problem where it's like, I'm finishing the episode and I'm just going, man, don't end, please. I'm on my knees like that. Okay, so where do we even start? The really, really, really weird looking fucking free-headed fucking munchkin like Kabane thing. Do we go to the motorcycles? Do we go to like Baiba? Like, you know, like where on earth do we even start with the episode with just so many great things? I mean, just immediately starting off this week's episode, like finding out more about Baiba, coming into like finding out a little bit more about him, and it's like, yeah, I like how he isn't just like, oh, maybe I should just leave it on. No, he confronts the fucker about the whole thing. Oh yeah, I know who you are. You're the one that told you the weak should just die, and like, you know, Mumei's just like, it has to be strong and all that. And it's like, wow, friendly introductions are in order. And coming throughout this episode, one of my favorite things is just like the amount of fucking characterization that we get on Baiba, where we find out that he's a very complicated / crazy character, psycho loving in his own way. There's so much to say with this character, and I love his squadron of people. They're so badass. Like, you're like coming down there, it's like you got a samurai dude, you got your like Kabaneri bitch by your side, then you got Mumei, your kind of adopted like sister, kind of like, I don't know what too much like that relationship is going into there, but it's like the awesomeness of them is like, oh, we got Kabane. Meanwhile, knowing that there's a rebellion with these people trying to pull some shit on them, take out the Kabane, like lose like 1 or 2 dudes, which there's some respectable shit, knows like one of the guys got bitten, sees that, gets him off him like that, and he's like on his knees like, take care of the rest like that, and just like, he's like, goodbye brother, like that, and he just pulls the cord. I'm like, that is some respect there. It's like, to me, it's like, I mean, obviously, like, going through all that, it's like, I couldn't do that. I'm too much of a coward. I'd have to have someone do it for me like that. Like, just ending my own life, it's just, like, something, like, if this, like, at the start, I don't want to hurt anyone else and all that, but if that's the case, it's like, I don't know, like, after the whole thing, like, because it really depends, obviously, with, like, Kabane, like, transformation, but it's like, when they had that, and then, obviously, like, Baiba's, like, chick, and then also, well, Mume, fighting the 3 fucking, like, it was so weird. It's a big dude on a medium dude with a little dude biting on his head. It was just the most dumbest / funniest thing ever. Whereas they started throwing the little dude off his head, and there's like Mume and the other chick, which I love with the Kabaneri, everything. Like, you can clearly see the entirety thing of this show with what they're doing with is that every single one of these, like, Kabaneri, the thing that keeps them sane, it's kind of a lot like, in a very weird way, Dark Souls-ish, like, where it's like, with Dark Souls characters, like, the one thing that stops them from, like, hollowing out and just becoming just nothing is the sole purpose that they have in their world. The one thing that gives them hope, that keeps them grounded to this earth. And it feels like a lot with, obviously, with that chick and all that we saw. It's like, she has, like, the mask thing, which looked fucking sick. Really reminded me of Oboro, like, Oboro and some real crazy Gintama shit. You know, people who I'm talking about, you know, their fucking leader and all that. Like, coming from that, and then it's like, you also Mume with the ribbon, Ikoma with the crystal, although we haven't seen too much of that being played, and the fuckers come out not with more, like, mortars for one, so I was ready to know, like, oh, alright, you got my interest, mortars, like that, some technology, and then they come out on like some Final Fantasy one-wheeled bikes, and I'm like, oh my god, oh, this is so fucking awesome. It's like, of course, they've got trains, why would they never use fucking cars or anything like that, or bikes or anything like that? It's like, that is so fucking cool, and they're going out with swords and guns. I'm like, aye. And I love Baiba's weapon. It's just a giant musket sword where he just pulls out. It can be a musket, or you just pull it back like it's a blade, and it's like, this show just knows what I want, and it knows it well. You have that, and coming from that was like Baiba trying to do some sneaky shit. It's like, I want you to get the Koutetsujou. It's like main, like, you know, key and all that. I want you to do that. And Ayame obviously knows where that is. And this is the only, like, complaint I've had with the show thus far. And trust me, it's a very minuscule, like, thing at the end and all that. And it's just like, although it's a minuscule thing in this episode, it gives me concern for the future of this show. Obviously, that it's been listed for 12 episodes, and I feel like where it's going is that there's going to be like another season to it to kind of wrap it up. Hopefully that's the fucking case, because it definitely fucking deserves it, and it's amazing. But here's the thing, like, especially when it comes to this show, like, when you saw, like, Mume at the top of, like, there, you could definitely say it was still images. It was beautiful looking fucking still images, but you could clearly see that that was, like, maybe supposed to be a animation scene for, like, it was about, like, a minute long or something. I was like, okay, that feels like that was supposed to be animation or something. I was like, did they just run out of time? And, like, obviously, you know, all that stuff is going to be fixed in Blu-rays, and, like, the show already looks beautiful enough as it is, and I was like, even at the point, it's like, if they did, like, I wouldn't have minded they just released it now and I'd be happy. I know it's obviously on Amazon, but it's like, I'd be just so down, like, right now, it's like, once the show's done, like, completely finished airing, these first 12 episodes, release, like, the fucking DVD set, release it for, like, 20 odd, like, 30 odd, how much you want to fucking release it for, I'd be like, money, there you go, I'm down. Give me more. I need it. Like that. It's like, it's too good for its own good. I'm so down for that. And then, but like, Baiba as well throughout this entire war, killing that fucking old dude that I thought was going to be important to the plot or anything. He's like, no, he's a super traitor, and he's like, the main reason why all those guys rebelled is like, trying to pull some shit, and he comes like, why did you kill that dude? And he's like, you know, shit happens. And seeing that he was smiling as he was doing it after, like, all of that, and then the whole thing of, like, the weird thing about how, like, Mume getting, like, the whole, like, key and everything, and it's, like, the engine, the chick that had the fucking, that was ripped as fuck, comes out and say, hey, look, here's the key and all that, calm down, I was just using it for a second, and it's like, no, it's the boiler key. So now you've got Mume to distrust everyone on there, but I guess that's a good thing, because then we see what's in their fucking train, which is obviously a fucking colony thing, because also you can see that blue crystal thing going in there, and it seems like every time with a colony that they had this core sort of thing. So it's like, what, are they trying to build / control one of those fucking shadow monster thingies? Because the last time we did that, we had to use like a crane and explosives and a ton of shit and a lot of big plans, and it's like, we can't like have another one of those monsters come out and then we have to fight Baiba and his people as well, because that is gonna be a fucking problem. It's just like him like taking that one dude, torturing him, and his like other dude's like, yo, no, take us alive, like that, and he's just like, alright, shoot, and he's like, are you gonna fucking do that, or do you want a fucking hole in your head? And he tells him all the things. He's like, oh, it's the Shogun did everything. He's like, oh, don't kill me. So it's like, oh, there's some politics shit coming in. There was so much stuff in this episode, like, even with the confrontation between Ikoma and Mume after everything, she obviously don't trust him, and it's like, she's like, oh, but my brothers are good, and she told me, like, you know, all this good stuff and all that. It's like, no, like, I have to do that, and like, Ikoma's like, no, your brother's a dick, and I can sense Kabaneri, like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, no, he follows justice. Like, this guy doesn't seem like he follows justice too much, like, coming with it as he ends the episode, like, smiling, going, ugh, like, covered in blood, and I'm like, what is he doing, and what is with that core? There's so many answers, like, coming into this show that I need, like, they need answering, and the show's too good. The show's too good every week, and I love the fact that they'd hit up a couple of times, and from other people as well, from like saying, I've actually been watching Kabaneri, and I'm glad that you got me into it, because I'm fucking loving it. And it's like, if I can do that every week with these episodes, because like, let's be honest, like, they don't do that well like on Channel Wide, and it's kind of a little bit shitty like that. Like, I really wanted to do it, like, blow up as big as Attack on Titan, and obviously the Attack on Titan is like, well, there was source material out there, and there was already quite a bit of hype around in Japan, and like, this was an anime original, so it's like, yeah, that's the thing. But it's like, oh man, I just love this more so much every week. It's like, I've said it, like, I'm a broken record on it, this and fucking Jojo, every week I am down and fucking going in for. Like, this is honestly my favorite show and all that. Like, Jojo, that's staying on, and it's like, you will always be like my favorite part of Jojo, and I'll always love you, and you two are equally the best things this season, like that. But as an original show like that, with like no like knowledge and all that going into it at all, apart from, oh, I thought it was going to be an AOT clone like that coming into it, which, you know, it turns out ironically is fucking even better than fucking Attack on Titan. I know, it's good, and it's so good, and I can't wait for more and more and more and more people to watch it, because it's so fucking good. And I honestly, like, honestly, apart from the whole little artistic thing of me, and I'm gonna end it here, like, honestly, because I love the art so much, and I love that the ending keeps changing every week with a bit of this dude's art, and then just how many shots of like the show. It's just like, oh, fucking nut busting looking fucking animation and art coming into there. Honestly, this comes out with a limited edition. Just give me that dude's art. I would so buy, either put an extra 10, 20, like 30 bucks, like, just to put in and get the art book. I really want this guy's art because I fucking love it. Like, it's beautiful. I fucking love this art so much, and I really hope when it comes out over here that they do a limited edition like they did with like Attack on Titan, where they had like some of the art and like some of like the character designs. Like, I would just want an art book. That's all I want to this show because it's really good, and I really do not want to import like one from Japan. Like, I feel like they might not do that. We'll have to wait and see, but it's like, I really don't want that to be the case where it's like I am willing at this point to spend money just to look at art, like, because it's so fucking amazing. Honestly, this video is long enough. I would honestly give this a 9.5. I would have gave it a 10, but only just the fact that it's like, yeah, that minute of like still like images, I was like, ooh, that's a little bit rough. Maybe it was less than that. It probably was, but even still, it's like it was the most noticeable part of the episode to me. Like, where I was like, I'm kind of concerned for the show. Just the fact that it's like, obviously, like, it's like, are they having problems with budget? Are they having problems just like with timing? Because it's such a beautiful show that every week that they're putting it out, and it's like, and they have to do a lot of work this, so I'm really concerned if it's a little bit of column A and a bit of column B, and it's like, well, hopefully, you know, when they like, if they do like a season 2 and it's like they're gonna take a break, I really, honestly, to be truth told, like, I would kind of like it if they actually took a 6-month break just so they had everything down, but I think they're just going to take a 3-month break and they like come back after that, because I'm so concerned. But it's like, just give me that art book, just give me like more of this, like, give me all of it now. And it's just like, I can't say enough every week that this is the show that you should be watching this season. Like, it's one of those shows that it's like, it's in that top 3 of must watch. And Kabaneri every week. I fucking love you. That's all for me though. Thank you very much for watching. As always, you love Kabaneri as much as I do. You hit that like, you hit that subscribe, all that good shit. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys though next time.